Hello and welcome everyone. This is Mohammad Izamam from Saimedha Ecet Coaching Center Koti, Hyderabad. Saimedha Koti, Hyderabad is providing a golden opportunity to all the Ecet 2024 and as well as Ecet 2025 students. ఎవరైతే ఫైనల్ ఇయర్ లో ఉన్నారో, ఎవరైతే థర్డ్ సెమిస్టర్ లో ఇప్పుడు చదువుతున్నారో, Saimedha Koti, Hyderabad is providing the online coaching and as well as offline coaching for it. ర్యాంక్స్ గురించి చెప్పాలంటే Saimedha Koti Hyderabad లో every single year we have proven that maximum ranks in all the branches ECE, EEE, mechanical, civil and computer science లో top 5 branches లో state first rank తో పాటు maximum ranks in top 10 and top 50 లో కూడా maximum ranks are there. In this video lecture series in the YouTube, we are going to be updating every single day for all the branches subject wise and as well as topic wise. Previous Ecet examination questions will be explained by expert faculties. My dear students, గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, ఓన్లీ ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ కాంపిటేటివ్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ క్వశ్చన్స్ కొరకే సపరేట్ కోర్స్ ఉంటుంది, పే చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది బయట మార్కెట్లో. కానీ Saimedha Koti Hyderabad లో ఫ్రీ ఆఫ్ కాస్ట్ we are providing that series guys in this very YouTube channel. So those who have not subscribed the channel, subscribe now and press the bell icon to be notified for the further more updates. Every day subject wise, topic wise, previous Ecet examination questions with which you can understand the level of teaching, the expertise which is there in the Saimedha Koti Hyderabad. So my dear students, what are you waiting for? Start watching all the video series in this YouTube channel. At the end of the video, I'll be coming back to give you a surprise for all the Ecet 2024 and Ecet 2025 aspirants. So share this video as much as possible for all the final year students and third semester students. Now let's start the video. In this video, we are going to be talking about thermodynamics subject, chapter name IC engines, all the previous Ecet examination questions starting from 2009 year. Question number 1. The process of converting a liquid, suppose this is a liquid now, we are converting this liquid into fine droplets, mixing it along with water, air. This one is fuel plus air. We are going to be sending them by means of a jet. Okay, this is the usual thing which is going to be happening inside the device called as carburetor. What is the name of the device? Carburetor. Carburetor is going to be mixing the fuel and air and supplying it to the inlet valve. Okay, this process is called as atomization. What is it called as? Atomization. Fine droplets. So answer is option number 3. Okay, device name is carburetor, which is going to be supplying the air plus fuel mixture in the petrol engine. Go for the next question. In a square type of engine, okay, in an engine we will be having, this is the bore diameter and this is the stroke length. Let's say this is stroke length, and here we are having, this one is called as bore diameter, cylinder diameter. When these two are going to become same, that is stroke length and cylinder bore, both are what? Same. Then this is called as which engine? Square type of engine, because in a square we know that both the sides are equal. Okay, try and understand the question. Square type of engine, stroke length and the cylinder bore are same. Go for the next question. The compression ratio for the diesel engine usually is in the range of, diesel engine is going to be having huge compression ratios, petrol engine is going to be having less compression ratios, 6:1, 7:1, 8:1. Okay, below less than 10 it is going to be regarded as what now? Petrol engine. Diesel engine, it is double. If you are having in the petrol engine, it is 6:1, 7:1, 8:1. There you will be having 16:1 to 22:1. 16:22 is the usual range. You will be having this one in this 15 to 25. So diesel engines will be having more compression ratios than petrol. Let's say this is petrol, and the petrol will be having around, let's say 8:1 is the compression ratio. Then diesel, it is going to be around double of that, that is 16:1. Okay, this one is for petrol and this one is for diesel. So usually we'll be remembering is as a double. Okay, petrol compression ratio is less, diesel compression ratio is more. How much it is? Double. So 8, 16 are the two values which will be giving you an idea to memorize both the compression ratios. Okay, 15:25, that's the range. Go for the next. The function of the first compression ring. Here you will be having a piston, over the piston you will be having rings there. Okay, so the first compression ring is going to be responsible for maintaining a seal, that means which will not allow the oil or the burnt gases to mix with each other. Okay, so the correct answer is option number 4. Maintenance sealant prevents the escape of burnt gases and the loss of pressure in the combustion chamber. That is the responsibility for first compression ring. Go for the next question. The valve overlap in a 4-stroke petrol engine is, okay, we know that this is top dead center, this one is bottom dead center. If we draw the valve timing diagram, ideally here inlet valve opens, this is called as suction, okay, then you will be having compression, here inlet valve close, and then here you will be having ignition, then this one is called as expansion. After the expansion, exhaust valve opens here at the bottom dead center, and here exhaust valve close. This is which diagram? This is theoretical, this is ideal, but in actual case it is not going to happen. In actual diagram, valve timing diagram, inlet valve opens before the top dead center, inlet valve closes after the bottom dead center, inlet valve opens, inlet valve close. Here you will be having ignition, then you will be having exhaust valve open. This exhaust valve which is opening before the bottom dead center is going to be closing after the top dead center, exhaust valve close. So for this time you can say inlet valve is open and exhaust valve is also open. For this time, this is called as valve overlap. It is called as what? Valve overlap. And it would be around some 30 degrees. This is the value that we need to memorize. 30 degrees, both and exhaust valve are remain open, in which the freshly admitted charge can also be carried away along with the exhaust gases. So care must be taken that they should not mix with each other by providing a deflector over the piston head. But still the freshly admitted charge is going to be carried away with the exhaust valve exhaust gases and efficiency reduces. Okay. So valve overlap angle you need to memorize, that is 30 degrees. Go for the next question. The firing order of an inline 4-cylinder IC engine. So nowadays we are having all the firing orders 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but the best one which is utilized from the early days, it's what is the correct answer for it? 1, 3, 4, 2. Now if you now Google it about the different firing orders of different cars, guys, you will find 1, 2, 3, 4 is also correct. Nowadays, at present, you are having that. But in the early days when we were discussing about the firing order, it was the correct one. What is the answer there? 1, 3, 4, 2. Okay. And for the 6th cylinder also we are having firing order as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 5, 3, 6, 2, 4 is the usual answer will be your recording for 6th cylinder engine. For 4th cylinder engine it is 1, 3, 4, 2. Go for the next question. The diesel engine as compared to petrol engine require, as I already told you that petrol engine compression ratio is suppose 8:1, diesel engine compression ratio is 16:1. That means diesel engines are heavier in comparison with the petrol engine. Which one are heavier? Diesel are heavier. So diesel require what? A bigger size flywheel. So diesel engine requires what? A bigger size flywheel. So what is the correct answer for this question? Option number 1. Diesel engine larger in size, heavy foundations, heavy torque is there. To maintain that torque uniform, we require a flywheel. The flywheel purpose is to absorb the energy when the availability is greater than the requirement and supply when the availability is less than the requirement. Okay. So requirement is more. If the requirement is more, then we need to supply. Okay. So bigger size flywheel is required for the diesel engines. Go for the next. Air fuel ratio, that is theoretically. Theoretical air fuel ratio is also called as stoichiometric ratio. Stoichiometric ratio, chemically correct ratio. Chemically correct ratio. Some textbooks give this value as 14.7:1 or 15:1. Based on the option you need to choose, the correct answer is 15:1 here. Okay. Already set up upgraded question 2011. Make sure you memorize it. Stoichiometric ratio, chemically correct ratio, theoretically air fuel ratio is what? 15:1. Go for the next question. In petrol engine, the detonation tendency is going to be increases. Detonation, large pulsating sound, knocking, detonation. It is going to be happening whenever compression ratio is more. Petrol engine compression ratio is 8:1. What if I increase this size? What if we are increasing this size? Then what is going to happen? Detonation is going to be happening. That means answer is compression ratio is increased. Detonation also increases. Remember that compression ratio is directly proportional to detonation. More size means what? It is going to be burning very easily. When it is self-ignited before the completion of the stroke itself, then what happens? Preignition come into existence, self-ignition come into existence, knocking come into existence, detonation come into existence. What are these reasons? What is the prime reason behind all this? Compression ratio. So, compression ratio you cannot increase. Okay, go for the next question. One more time the same repeated question it is. Firing order for 4 stroke. Expected question is 6 stroke now. Okay, already in the video lectures we discussed about it. Try to memorize the values 1342, 153624. Okay, for 6 cylinder. Go for the next. Which of the following air breathing engine is associated with constant volume? Okay, in the ramjet we will be having pressure constant, turbojet pressure constant, turbojet or turbo propeller again pressure constant. Pulse jet is going to be working on a cycle called as Lenoir cycle. What is our cycle name? Lenoir cycle. And in the Lenoir cycle only heat will be supplied in constant volume process. Constant volume process. Heat supply. Okay. So, constant volume combustion is asking there. So, the correct answer is going to become Lenoir cycle. Pulse jet engine is going to be the correct answer. Okay. Go for the next question. The effective inhibitor for pre-ignition is inhibitor, okay, which inhibits, which prevents the pre-ignition. What is the answer for that? Water is the best inhibitor for the pre-ignition. 2 times asked the question, remember. Go for the next question. The air fuel mix ignites before the spark takes place. Before the spark takes place. Before the Ecet exam, we are going to be conducting one more Ecet, that is called as pre-Ecet exam. Before the ignition happens, that is pre-ignition. That is an English word, you can understand it very easily. Pre-exam, pre-final, pre-ignition, pre-Ecet. Pre is something which is going to be occurring before the actual happening. Okay. So, what we can write the correct answer here? Before the ignition itself, we are going to be having some ignition, that is called as pre-ignition. Okay. Go for the next. Carburetor is used to supply. In the previous questions also I told you atomization first question, that is atomization is going to be happening in the device called as carburetor. Carburetor is going to be mixing the air and petrol, petrol engines. We are going to be using the carburetor to mix the petrol and air. Once they are mixed with each other, then what happens? Air fuel mixture is going to be supplied to the IC engine cylinder. Option number 4. Go for the next question. The scavenging efficiency for 4-stroke diesel engine is, how much amount of scavenging efficiency is there? Around only 5% the loss of energy is going to be there. So, the correct answer is going to become 95 to 100%. Okay, chalo, pause the video and note it down. Observe the next question now given over the board. The next question given is, the inlet valve for a 4-stroke cycle internal combustion engine remains open for. As we discussed in the previous slide also, that is I told you regarding the valve overlap. So, this is the valve overlap now. So, if you can see the question here, valve overlap, inlet valve is opening before the top dead center and is closing after the bottom dead center. So, this is the total angle for which it is remaining open. Okay, it is usually greater than 180, right? So, what is the value, sir? 230 degrees. So, the correct answer for this question is going to become what? 230 degrees. Option number 3. It is going to be opening before the inlet valve top dead center. Inlet valve is opening before the top dead center and closing after the bottom dead center. This is the bottom dead center, this one is top dead center, valve timing diagram, inlet valve open, inlet valve close, this is called as suction. So, it is there in the part of suction and then a part for compression also, and this is a part of exhaust. Okay. So, when exhaust is happening, inlet valve open, suction it is totally open, compression also partly it is open. So, total angle for which it is remaining open is how much? Around 230 degrees. Go for it. Pause the video, note it down. Let's go for the next question. The aim of providing masked inlet valve in the air passage of compression ignition engine is. Why we are going to be providing the inlet valve, masked inlet valve? Because of inducing a primary swirl. For uniformity motion, for uniformly inside the IC engine cylinder, the air fuel mixture should move. So that's why we are going to be inducing the swirl motion. We are inducing the swirl motion there. Swirl is rotary motion. Masked inlet we are going to be using here to induce the swirl motion, so as uniformly air fuel mixture is going to be entering inside the IC engine cylinder. Uniformly mixed and occupying maximum space, maximum volume, okay, inducing the swirl motion. Go for the next question. The effective inhibitor of pre-ignition is. Effective inhibitor of for pre-ignition, already this question we have seen. This is appeared in 2014 or 11 I guess. Okay, effective inhibitor of pre-ignition, that is water. Already we did this question. Effective inhibitor. What is the effective inhibitor inside the IC engine cylinder, petrol engine? The answer was water. Water. Yes, 2012 the question was appeared. 2012. Observe, effective inhibitor of pre-ignition is water. Again this question reappeared in the 2015. 2015. Okay. Try to memorize this question now. Pause the video, note it down. Let's go for the next question. Fuel is ignited in the diesel engine. Inside the diesel engine, in the suction stroke, what happens? Only air enters. Only air enters. In compression, what happens? Pressure increases, temperature increases, and when fuel supply, and at the end fuel is supplied by fuel is supplied, or sprayed is a better word. Fuel is sprayed by fuel injector. So due to this high pressure and temperature, what happens? This ignition is going to be happening virtue of the temperature of compressed air. Fuel is ignited in a diesel engine by virtue of temperature of the compressed air. So what is the correct answer for this question? Option number 3. Okay, chalo. Go for the next question now. The 4 strokes in petrol engine are in the following order. We know the 4-stroke order is suction, compression, expansion, exhaust, suction, compression, expansion, exhaust, continuation. So what do we have now? Suction, compression, expansion, that is power stroke, exhaust, and again continuation. Suction, compression, expansion, exhaust. So what is the correct answer for this question? Option number 2. Next one. Pause the video, note it down. Go for the next question. Stoichiometric ratio, I told you, chemically correct ratio, theoretical ratio, ideal ratio for petrol and air. So here now chemically correct air fuel ratio by weight. Chemically correct air fuel ratio. This much also is enough. Air fuel ratio with excess. Excess is given here. This one is wrong. Ratio of fuel for ensure incomplete combustion. This is also wrong. Maximum efficiency. This is also wrong. Chemically correct air fuel ratio is called as stoichiometric ratio. Go for the next question. The rate of heat transfer in a heat engine is heat transfer is Q1 is equals to 35 kilowatts, kilojoule per second, kilowatt both are same. Work output is equals to 12.5 kilowatts. What is the efficiency? Efficiency formula is work done divided by heat supply. Work is 12.5, heat supplied is 35. Okay, 12 1 times, 12 3 times, 12 1s are, 12 3s are. But it is not actually 36, it is less than 36. Denominator value is less, overall value is more. So efficiency will be greater than 33 percentage. Greater than 33. Greater than 33, what do you have the value here? Near to 33 but greater value. 35.7 is going to become the correct answer. Okay. Pause the video, note it down. Go for the next question. The next question given is, In a 4-stroke cycle engine, the camshaft is going to be responsible for having the reciprocating motion of the valves. Okay, valves are opening and closing for every revolution. Okay, suppose in a 4-stroke engine, we will be having suction, compression, expansion, exhaust. How many revolutions we have here? 2 revolutions for 4 events. In these 4 events, there will be only once what we can call it as inlet valve open and once exhaust valve is open. Inlet valve and exhaust valve are going to be what? Opening and close. Inlet valve opens and exhaust valve opens. Opening is responsible by the camshaft, but closing is not responsible. Closing is going to be happening due to what you can call it as by means of spring action there. Okay. So for 2 revolutions, we require only one motion here. One motion for inlet valve, one motion for exhaust valve. So we doesn't require 2 revolutions, we require only single revolution for camshaft, 1 revolution of camshaft. So try and understand, 2 revolutions for crank, 1 revolution for cam, that is half the speed of crankshaft is enough for operating the inlet and exhaust valve. Okay, go for the next question. Half the speed is what we need to memorize. Knocking tendency in SI engine is going to be reduced as SI engine, petrol engine knocking tendency we need to reduce. You need to increase the speed of the engine. Engine speed increases, knocking tendency decreases. Go for the next question. Scavenging is a process of escaping all the exhaust gases, burned gases from the IC engine cylinder. Okay, it is there in a single cylinder engine, 2-cylinder engine, multi-cylinder engine, 2-stroke engine, 4-stroke engine, 2-stroke petrol, 4-stroke petrol, 4-stroke diesel. In all you require all the gases should be burnt gases to be coming out, but usually it is employed in, so answer is what going to become CI. First preference is given for what? CI. Actually all of the above is given, all of the above is also correct. 4-stroke CI is there, 4-stroke SI is also there. Usually employed in first preference give for compression ignition engines, because engine size is large, compression ratio, the what do we call it as the distance in between the exhaust gases are going to be lying from the top dead center to the cylinder head, that is clearance volume. Clearance volume as the size of the engine is more, clearance volume is also more for which engine? Diesel engine. So usually it is employed for dash, answer diesel engine is giving the first preference, but all of them are correct answers. Go for the next. The efficiency of the diesel engine approaches to Otto cycle efficiency when efficiency of Otto cycle formula is what? 1 minus 1 by R to the power of gamma minus 1. What is the formula for diesel cycle efficiency? Diesel cycle efficiency formula is 1 minus 1 by R to the power of gamma minus 1, rho to the power of gamma minus 1, gamma into rho minus 1. If this cutoff value is going to becoming 0, cutoff value is becoming 0, then what happens? It is going to be approaching the diesel engine. Okay, in the petrol and diesel. Okay, if you see petrol engine, you will be having what? Constant volume cycle efficiency. In petrol engine, we will be having what? Constant pressure cycle efficiency. When this pressure, this is called as cutoff. When this cutoff is going to be cleared, it is going to become Otto cycle efficiency. So cutoff must be what? 0. Rather than cutoff ratio, we are talking about here cutoff. Okay, go for the next question. For the same compression ratio, if compression ratio is same, Otto cycle efficiency is greater than, dual is greater than diesel. This we have discussed in the video lectures also. When pressure is given, when high pressure is given, then we can say diesel is greater than, dual is greater than Otto. For now, given in the question is compression ratio and heat input, then Otto cycle efficiency is greater than, dual is greater than diesel. Yes, this is the correct answer, 2019. Go for the next question. Brake thermal efficiency is increasing order, he is asking. This was a misprint, so I have written there 2-stroke, 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 2-stroke. First one we will be having what? 2-stroke engine. Then we will be having 4-stroke SI. Last one we will be having 4-stroke CI. So what is the correct answer for this question? 2-stroke CI, 4-stroke SI and 2-stroke SI. SI, no, it must be CI and SI, right? So 2-stroke SI, 4-stroke SI, 4-stroke CI. Yes, this one is correct. Okay, option number 2 is the correct answer for increasing order for brake thermal efficiencies. Go for the next. Which of the following is a non-destructive? Non-destructive testing, this question is from the engineering materials. Leave out this question, we will see in the engineering materials chapter, not related to thermodynamics. A heat engine is supplied with 260 kilojoule per second, that is Q1. Q1 is equals to 260 kilojoule per second. At a constant fixed temperature, let us say this T1 is equals to 260 Kelvin. Similarly, the heat rejection is what? When a temperature T2 is equals to 110 Kelvin. If the engine is reversible, for the reversible engine, we know that efficiency is, formula can be written as efficiency is equals to 1 minus T2 by T1 is equals to 1 minus Q2 divided by Q1. So, this 1 gets cancelled, minus gets cancelled, T2 divided by T1 is equals to Q2 divided by Q1. So, T2 value is given as 110 Kelvin, T1 is given as 260, Q1 is given as 260. Asked the question is Q2 is what? 260 cancel, Q2 is equals to 110 kilojoule per second. So, the answer gonna become 110 kilojoule per second, option number 3. This formula is valid in entropy concept also. Q by T is constant. Q by T is a constant. So, we can write the formula Q1 by T1 is equals to Q2 by T2 and directly solve the problem. Okay, this is also correct. Pause the video, note it down. Let us go for the next question. Heat engine works on Carnot cycle between the temperatures given. T1 is equals to 1000 Kelvin and T2 is equals to 500 Kelvin. The maximum possible efficiency is equals to 1 minus T2 divided by T1. 1 minus 500 divided by 1000, 0 cancel, 5 ones are 5, 2s are 1 minus 1 by 2, 1 minus 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2 is equals to 50% efficiency, 1 by 2 is equals to 50% efficiency. చూసుకోండి ఒకసారి. చలో, pause the video and note it down this question. Let's go for the next one. Question appeared in 2022. Question appeared in 2022 was, piston of an IC engine is connected to small end. This is piston. Okay, piston of an IC engine is connected to small end of connecting rod by. Small end of connecting rod by. What is this pin called as? This pin is called as wrist pin. Piston pin or wrist pin. This is the correct answer. Option number 4. If you have seen the diagram of a piston, IC engine cylinder, then also you can put the correct answer. This is cylinder, we are having piston, then piston rings we are going to have. Piston rings we are going to have. Okay, piston rings, oil ring, compression ring, piston, connecting rod, crank pin, crankshaft, camshaft, inlet valve, exhaust valve, spark plug, fuel injector. Okay, for now the question asked is connecting rod small end is going to be joined with the piston by means of what pin he is asking. Answer is piston pin or wrist pin. Go for the next question. 4-stroke CI engine, 4-cylinder, the number of spark plug. As you are having 4-cylinder, eventually you are going to be having how many spark plugs? 4 spark plugs you need to have, because each cylinder will be having its own spark plug. Which of the following is a correct sequence of 4-stroke internal combustion engine events he is asking? Suction, compression, expansion, exhaust. Suction, compression, expansion, exhaust. So, what is the correct answer? Option number 3. Go for the next. 2023 TS Ecet. What is the answer question? In an internal combustion engine during the compression stroke, the heat rejected to the cooling water is heat rejected d dash q is equals to minus 50 kilojoule per kg, and the work input is minus 100 kilojoules per kg. Asked the question is change in internal energy is equals to what? We know the formula of first law of thermodynamics, d dash q is equals to du plus d dash w, where heat transfer is minus 50, internal energy is our question, work is minus 100. Minus 100 going to the left hand side, it is going to become plus 100. 100 minus 50 is equals to 50. du is equals to 50 kilojoules per kg. du is equals to 50 kilojoules per kg. Okay, go through it. Chalo, pause the video, note it down. Let's go for the next question. That given is a Carnot engine working between 227 and 27. That means higher temperature is equals to 227 plus 273. It's going to be 500 Kelvin, and T2 is equals to 300 Kelvin, and produces a work is given as 120 kilojoules. heat added Q1 is equals to what? We know the formula, efficiency is equals to 1 minus T2 by T1 is equals to work done divided by heat supply. What is the formula gonna become? 1 minus lower temperature by higher temperature, 300 divided by 500, 0, 0, 0, 0 cancel, work done is 120, Q is as it is. 5 minus 3 by 5, it is gonna become 2 by 5, 2 by 5 is equals to 120 divided by Q1. So 2 1s are 2 60s are 6 5s are 30. So what is the value for Q1 gonna become? Q1 is equals to 300 kilojoules. And 300 kilojoules is given in the option number 1. To solve this question, you need to memorize the formula, that is efficiency is equals to 1 minus T2 by T1, that equal to work done by heat supply. 1 minus T2 by T1, work done divided by heat supply. Go through the question. Let's move on to the next question now. TS Ecet 2023 asked question is, in a 4-stroke cycle engine, 4-stroke cycle engine, 1 power stroke is obtained in 1 revolution. We know 4-stroke is having 2 revolutions, right? One is suction, this is compression, this one is expansion, that is power stroke, last one is exhaust. For 2 revolutions, we have only 1 power stroke. Go through it. 1 power stroke each revolution, 1 power stroke every 2 revolutions of crank. 1 power stroke is obtained in every 2 revolutions for crankshaft. Chalo, chuskondi okasari. Go for the next question. So this was the last question there, TS Ecet 2023. Okay. Pause the video, note it down, watch all the video lectures, practice set questions, previous Ecet examination questions, test you need to write, self test also try to attempt, and weekly and class test whatever we are going to be conducting, write very well. Okay, chalo. Pause the video and note it down. So my dear students, for Ecet 2024 and Ecet 2025, Saimedha Koti Hyderabad is providing maximum concessions in this very week. Offline students gavachu, online students gavachu, online plus offline students gavachu, morning batches, evening batches, day batches, full day batches, online courses with materials gurinchi Saimedha Koti Hyderabad in this very week, guys, in this very week only we are providing the maximum concessions. A concessions evaithe unnayo, concessions ఏ విధంగా ఉంటది, batches ఏ విధంగా ఉంటాయి, with materials, without material, online coaching, total మీకు ఏ డౌట్ ఉన్నా సరే ఆ కన్సెషన్స్ మాక్సిమం ఏమున్నాయి అంటే మనకు మొబైల్ నంబర్స్ ఇక్కడ స్క్రోలింగ్ లో ఆల్రెడీ ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. సో స్క్రోలింగ్ అవుతున్న మొబైల్ నంబర్స్ కి కాంటాక్ట్ చేయండి అండ్ జాయిన్ ఇన్ ద Saimedha Koti Hyderabad as soon as possible. Don't miss this opportunity of getting the maximum concessions, guys. Thank you very much. In this video series, every single day we are going to be updating subject wise, topic wise, previous Ecet examination questions. I wish you all the best. This is Mohammad Inzamam signing off.